Kürşat Bey.
Kürşat, yeah, we cannot hear you. Are you muted?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's the live section is technical, issues. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Vice Quarter QA intro section. And first of all, let me introduce myself. I am Kürşat Özduman, QA engineer and Vice Quarter QA instructor. Today in the live section, we are going to talk about QA process, estate engineer, and what's the Vice Quarter purpose in our bootcamp. Before starting my agenda, let me introduce my team. And first, Ms. Seher, maybe you introduce yourself.
Sure, I'll just go ahead then. This is Sahar. I live in the East Coast in the United States, and I work as a quality assurance lead in one of the most popular as well as top 10 banks in the United States for the past year and a half. And I'm leading 8 different crews at the same time in digital identity department.
Cool. Thank you so much. It's very
absolutely.
impressed your title. And yeah, is Ms. Seher our mentors in the North America bootcamp. Actually, he's a lead. He should be his instructor or be coordinator as a lead. But I believe she's very busy with her job.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Mr. Irfan?
Hi, good evening, everyone. So I am Irfan, and I'm working as an automation engineer, and one of the not very big company like Mr. Harris. It's a small company, but they're creating apps for resource management for other architectural companies, basically. And I've been there like almost a year now. And I'm happy to be here and going to be instructor for the Java and Selenium courses for Vice Quarter. And I'm excited about that too. And I'm excited to share my experiences.
Cool. Thank you so much. Okay, next one is Ömer.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ömer Toksöz. I work as a QA automation engineer in a financial technology company. We are actually a monopoly in the United States, selling wealth management softwares to banks, from Wells Fargo to Bank of America, you name it. Most of the major banks are getting their personal wealth management softwares from our company. I'm working on couple of their different products. And I work with 2 other different QA engineers, and we have a team of 10 people. I will be hopefully your mentor in this journey. I will be glad to be with you. And that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Thank you so much. Also, we are very excited. And yeah, let me introduce myself. I mentioned my name, Kürşat. I am living in Canada. And the last 4 years, I have been working as a QA engineer, asset automation engineer. It's been totally more than 15 years. I have been working in the IT industry, but just last 4 years, I deep dived in the QA process. And also I'm instructor in the Vice Quarter. Cool. And yeah, today we are talking about QA, what's the QA, what's the estate position, and what we should know before enter the market, how you're preparing this estate position, and what's the Vice Quarter offering all students. Yeah, first one is what's the estate and how we become an estate and automation process. Let me give just briefly explanation about automation process. As you know, everybody nowadays, everyone, we are as a tester, everyone, because we are using the application, we are using some web platform, and we are testing, we are giving a feedback. But now automation process a little higher level than the manual testing, which are doing right now. Everybody doing now. is automation is we are teaching the computer by coding script something, some software technology, is computer doing themselves itself the all the manual testing process. Basically high level definition. Is you are agree with me, guys? What do you think?
Well, I'm in alignment personally.
Cool.
And obviously, right?
Yeah, just automation process is faster and more reliable, and all these IT companies that are looking for automation tester because
More reliable, and
Perfect.
also saving a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of cost. It definitely cuts a lot of cost for the companies, right? So
That's the main reason, I guess, why companies like prefer to have automation suites. So like the main reason, because company wants to make money, so and spend less.
yeah.
Yeah. And they found a way with automation. And that's why like they have automation engineers in their like their list of employees. And yeah.
Yeah, at this point, we are offered our students become a SDET, I mean, software developing and the test engineer. It's because manual process doesn't require any pretty much technical background, technical knowledge, but automation is very high demand position. And we are teaching and we are all the practice section, all of them about automation process. And so I would like to hear your experience about SDET career and what's the pros and one day our students hit the market as an SDET position. What's the benefit for them? Do you have any idea, guys?
I can say something about it. First of all, just to piggyback what you have been saying, like since we're talking about IT and coding and computers and whatnot, but this is still man-made. So anytime something is man-made, there will be errors, and somebody has to fix the errors. Somebody has to catch the errors. So software testing engineers will always be in demand, because developers are human beings and they are still making mistakes, which is normal. We're not blaming them. We're actually grateful for them. So we have a job. And about having I would say the pros of becoming a software development engineer in testing, I would say there is definitely still a lot of room in the future. Like many people are talking about, machine learning, AI, and other things, but still, like there's a good amount of human element that's not going away. So there is currently a demand, and there will be a demand. So if once you get into this line of job, like automation engineer or software development engineer in testing, there will be always demand for you. And the other thing I can easily tell you that average blue collar job will bring you from $40,000 to $70,000 annually, and that's very taxing on your body, and you have to be a handyman more or less to do any kind of blue collar job. But if you are more like me, who wants to do less manual job and more, you want to be on your comfort zone, and you can easily become a SDET or QA automation engineer, and their pay rate starts with 70K, goes all the way 100, 150, depending on your experience. You can get easily a very good salary in this market.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to say about that, maybe some people or some viewers later on will be thinking like, I don't have a computer background. What am I going to do? How can I become an SDET? You don't have to have a computer background. You can be a nurse. You can be a teacher. You can be actually a waiter. It doesn't matter. The other day I was talking to a nurse when I went to a doctor. She was about to retire, and I told her about this thing, and I gave Vice Quarter name. I hope she'll be coming in. But she was amazed, and she was looking for a different career, although she's about to retire. And she was fully sold on the idea of becoming an SDET. So It doesn't matter your background is, you can do it. You can have a good salary, and there's still demand for SDETs in the market.
Yeah, but you are totally right. I'm agree. But as a computer engineer, I have a bachelor degree computer engineering, and also I have completed 3 years advanced diploma computer system analyzing program in the Toronto. I want to complain about who haven't any IT background, because I have very huge education background, but we are working in the same position. It's been reality. I agree. And yeah, our course is being designed by as a SDIT position and software developing in the testing position. And also we should mention about the end of the course, what they can gain the skill, what they will learn end of the course. Is a instructor, Mr. Irfan, would you like to say something about this?
Yes. So like,
Yep.
yeah, like it has actually like two parts. So what I should have and what I will have after the program and before the program, basically. So before the program part is like very short list actually. The most important one I can say the determination, because like you'll be learning something new and you are going to learn all those things in like 6 months of time period, and like you need to be patient to study. So like patience in study. Also like you need to like make everyone around yourself aware. So once you have this time management and like the place management for like your studies, and that's going to be like now you can be ready for the program. So this is I think first thing that you need. So and that like and this is like before the program. This is one part. The other part is like the technical skills that you will need. And right now, like before the like, I myself went to a boot camp too. I'm a mathematician, but I didn't know the technical needs for the QA automation job, and that's why I went to the boot camp. And this part is like going to be delivered here in Vice Quarters throughout the courses. And basically, you need a programming language. Any programming language is going to land you a job, but like once you get in the market, you will see like there are desires for like other programming languages, and once you learn one of them, once you have that skill on one of them, you will be easily transition to something else. The company that I'm working right now, they get me interviews for Java, but like now they're like I didn't even touch Java once I started there. So they like now we are using TypeScript and another framework instead of Selenium, Playwright that we are using. So it's like what you need after the course is like one coding language. The other important one is, of course, the testing framework that you should know. These are the main two things. Of course, you need to like have some kind of API information. SDLC is like very important part of this job, like knowing that like what kind of soft skills that you need to have, what are you gonna like, what kind of meetings that you are going to have, what do you need to talk in, like discuss in those meetings. Like it's very important. So you cannot discuss like a specific problem in the like Scrum meeting, because like all they want to hear like what you are gonna do today, what you did yesterday, and what's your plan for today. So if you talk there about like all the problems, that's gonna bore people. So yeah, so you need to know that methodology basically, and those are the things that comes to my mind. So first, like I said, before you start, you should have the determination to study. Like you must study. That's like there's a very nice fruit, like Ömer explained, like at the end of the road, like there's like a really nice fruit to pick, but like you need to walk that road, and like if there's some barriers, you gotta like somehow go around it, jump over it. So find a way. That's studying for this journey basically. And to be honest, I never believed that like you must have some like, I was grown in Turkey, and in high school we were separated as like some math heavy, science heavy, or like social studies heavy, like 3 branches. And usually like if there's a job that they say like, oh, that's for like math heavy people, oh, that's for like science heavy people, oh, that's for, it's not like that for sure. So I've always believed that even like whoever can memorize more in short amount of time, and then like have the logic behind it, that's going to be very successful in this course journey.
Yeah, so can I add something? You mentioned a couple of these technical terms, Selenium and Java, something else, and I'm totally agree. And 4 years ago, when I graduated bootcamp, I get a couple of the skill Java and Selenium and different technical tools. When I landed the job, I used a totally different environment, totally different tools. I have changed a couple of the job for last 4 years. Each company I use different tool, but still Selenium is dominated the market. Is a very powerful automation tool. And
sure. Also, like just to add to this one, once you learn one of them, transitioning to any other desired one is like so easy. Selenium and Java is like kind of the like base of these like Java for like coding languages. Java is not the easiest coding language for sure, but like if you learn Java, like that's so easy to transition to any other object-oriented programming language. Same way, Selenium is very useful, but it has like some shortness, like while like, the companies may prefer other frameworks. But once you learn Selenium, like in just like 2 months, like company is always giving you this kind of transition times. And like I was able to like ready for writing my automation scripts. Although like I never used TypeScript and Playwright and Karate before. That's why
I think you made a comment which was I find it very spot on, Irfan, where you said just basic items that you need to know. One programming language, regardless what it is, it could be Python, it could be Java, it could be like anything, right? You just need to understand the idea of it. You just need to understand how you're going to utilize that programming language to test the software itself. Along with that, you made a comment about Selenium, right? As well as SDLC, which is Software Development Lifecycle. I think this is like very crucial item that we need to be really be familiar with, because this is what you got to know this like really well. Even more than Java, to be honest, because once you start working, those people are expecting you to just get as soon as possible. And without knowing that knowledge and without knowing that cycle and how it works, it's going to be really challenging for everyone to adapt the environment and even to know that like, okay, what am I going to do with all of those things that I just learned in that school? Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? Or even like what question that you need to ask to certain people, right? They're like people that they just ask certain questions that you have to know who those people are, what kind of questions that you need to ask those people so that you can get your questions answered, right? I think I am totally in alignment with you that you only need to know the basic information or basic items. Other than that, I think everyone need to be prepared the fact that you don't necessarily use the languages or tools that you're going to learn, because every single company, they have their own specific frameworks, programming languages that they need to use, or tools that they need to use. So personally,
methods that they use.
What's that?
Like the methods that like you think like you are going to use some Java methods and like stuff, and they say like, oh no, we have this method for this one, we have this method. Like you totally learn something else there, but like you must know the, like you said, you must know how it works, how coding languages work, and like you can understand what they're providing you.
Just need to know the idea.
Thank you so much, guys. And I would like to be announced here. And now we are in live in the Zoom and YouTube as well. And whoever have any question, feel free, please type on the chat box any kind of the QA position and boot camps about us. Please feel free. We'll try to answer as soon as possible. Maybe end of the section, I will absolutely we're gonna be answer. And okay, I got it, Mr. Irfan. Thank you so much. And we are gonna get a lot of skill, a lot of technical skill and soft skill. But before starting this journey, and we have to prepare ourselves. I mean, we need to some motivation or something else before, because 6 months, it's not be short time, and also is a very intensive program. And what we should prepare ourselves, or maybe before the starting course, maybe start already before starting to the 6 months, what should we do ourselves or our environment, how we can prepare myself. And yeah, maybe Seher, would you like to share your idea? What's your concern about that?
Yeah, so I can take that on. So first of all, I think everyone must know what you're getting into. And then you can decide if that's something that you really want to pursue, or why do you want to take that route, right?
Mhm.
So you should know that you will have numbers of failures that you need to be prepared for. It's not going to be an easy journey. It will be, on the contrary, a little bit of a bumpy ride, right, that you need to take. You should know that you have to be very determined with your decision. Another thing that you need to know, that you have to be self-motivated all throughout the program. You have to be curious, questioning the items that you're going to learn. You have to be studying really hard and consistently. Most importantly, you have to be studying consistently. So since this is going to be a very intense program with a very busy schedule, and it will take just a few months to learn almost everything that you need to start testing the software, right? You need to understand what you're doing and why do you want to do this, right? There will be times where you will feel very challenged, which it happened to me multiple times, right? I was feeling very challenged, and I didn't have an IT background. I was always questioning, am I going to do this? Which I'm sure every single student will question that too. Am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to reach the finish line, right? So most of the things will not make sense at first, because I mean, that's just a reality, right? Most of the things will not make sense at the beginning. But and you might have some trouble to bring all of these pieces together to see a bigger picture, where you feel like you almost will have to give up, because you always feel, what does that mean? How am I going to use this, right? How does that work? Am I going to really need this? Or like all the questions like that, right? This is, I think, exactly where you will have to have some reasons to keep yourself motivated. When you answered the question, why you should do it, right? Then start motivating there, like from there. And honestly, if you want to cross the finish line, you better have to have solid reasons as to why you're here and why you're doing this. So you need to know all of these things to achieve your goal here.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe everybody's agree with you. It's not be easy journey. It's not easy the process, but it's motivation and self-motivation, self-control, and dedicated to work and never give up. It's our very good motto before the starting the journey. Yeah, totally is. I believe everything's clear, all the QA process and preparing the learning skill. Okay, what about the WISE Quarter? So what's the difference, the WISE Quarter, what we are offering our students? What's our difference than other bootcamp? Why they should prefer to our WISE Quarter? Let's talk about that. What's the advance of WISE Quarter? And totally, first of all, I would like to mention, and just Seher, you mentioned that it's maybe first couple of weeks, maybe it's 1 month, it will be more challenging time, because it's the first time,
maybe a couple weeks for some, right? It might be a couple months for some others. So
Yeah,
it just,
absolutely.
that period definitely fluctuates between, like, it just depends on the people.
Just I want to add this one. And the first month is totally free course. When they enrolled our course, the first month, if they had changed the mind, if they understand I can do that, maybe they had another life decision. I don't know. Is of end of the first month totally back free. Money is totally free, and that's why its first month is decision period. And when they enroll the course and the first month, they will understand or they be see on the feature, excuse me. And that's why we are organized. The first month totally is free. And the first month we are open all the source, all the course, and LMS system is, as you know, is stand for learning management system. And they have access to see all the videos and previous batch videos. But again, it's the first month is free. It's one of the advantages of the West Quarter, because maybe they can change their mind. I don't know.
Yeah, Tushar, it's a great idea to have like, it's an extended amount of time, 1 month for refund. It's a very good amount of time. And I can tell like most of the things that I use in my company right now is the things that I learned in first 2 months about programming, not about like, I'm not talking about the Selenium and everything. The things that I use, like kind of Java perspective, like TypeScript, like we learned some advanced Java things. We will learn those advanced parts of Java too. But like most of the things that I use is like the things that I learned in 2 months. And the 1 month is a very good amount of time to understand, like, can I really do this job, or do I need to like find some other passion for myself?
But not to mention, the first month is going to be always the most challenging period.
Yeah, if you
Because
pass that
none of
one,
these
that's going to
people are familiar with these programming languages. Like for
Yeah.
me, it was the most challenging time for me. It was the first 3 months. It wasn't even 1 month, to be honest. I always question, like, does it make sense? Like, what is this? How am I going to utilize this? How is that learning, writing the methods or whatever the subject is? How am I going to use those to test the automation?
Like you said something
or the
very
test the
nice.
software.
So you said like we are not able to see the big picture on the first couple months. That's why like the things that you learn looks like doesn't make sense. Like we give like some data, we create some data and then we just print it. So we write it up and
Exactly.
we print
It's
it.
not
So
really that.
what's the point of this? Like, but like once you like go towards the end, like also like, once you start working actually in the real environment,
Absolutely.
things like the rocks will start falling and like oh those aha moments will be like following each other.
Exactly.
Like,
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I would like to mention one more advance of West Quarter. Maybe, you know, it's a QA. When we QA guys coming together, it's with topics endless. You know, we are finding the different topic, we extended topics, but we should focus on our live intro. So let me give one more advance. Our West mentors, all the mentors and instructors are here. We are currently working in this industry. So we are teaching, we are sharing, we are transferred our knowledge and our experience as well. So it's very important.
Real experience, right?
Absolutely. Why? Because knowledge, for example, you know the very well Java, you know is the glue of Selenium automation test, but you don't know how you implement it in your framework. If you don't know how you're testing in the real project and what be handled or any challenging, it's be stuck. You don't go forward. So you need the experience. So we are here for the sharing and transferred our experience. This West Quarter is be another, maybe is most important, I believe, is advances. So if you don't mind, I would like to share my presentation, I prepared some the virtual definition, the virtualizing, maybe it's more understandable. If you don't mind, because I would like emphasize some details.
Go for it, Kürşat.
Yep, here we go. Are we able to see my screen?
Yes, we do.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So first of all, maybe I would mention the first beginning of this intro, and who we are is the Wise Quarter. Is basically Wise Quarter is not just a boot camp course. Also, we are a consulting company. Also, we have a bunch of partnership with real IT companies. We are be organized and we are preparing the project for the IT companies. And additionally, we are teaching in a boot camp, and which one is a more popular job in the IT market, such as Salesforce, QA, and cybersecurity. But now we are focused on QA side, because all we are is QA. And yeah, perfect. And then Mr. Irfan mentioned what we will get is a skill end of the course. I would like to show our curriculum. In the 6 months, what we're gonna learn, okay, is first of all is SDLC, software developing life cycle. It's very crucial and essential. And then QA process and Java is a programming language, is manual testing on the Jira, GitHub version control system, Cucumber, BDD framework, and Maven and JUnit, another testing tool, and Selenium, as you know, everybody know, is the most popular automation tools. Of course, we're gonna teach is basic web front-end title is such as HTML and CSS. And yeah, and created automation framework is when we talk about SDIT. Of course, we should know what's the framework, how do we create the framework. We're gonna create the framework scratch to totally finishing one complex framework. And Jenkins pipeline process, okay, you handle your automation process, but how you run on the cloud environment, we're gonna learn in Jenkins. We have database testing, API testing with the Postman, such as manual API testing. Of course, maybe it's very, sorry, I forgot this one. Mobile application is Epinium. Also, we're gonna teach Epinium testing tool. Is very common, very popular, because most of the company have web application and as well as mobile application. So we should know the both testing platform. And finally is marketing process coming soon. Internet preparing, is resume preparing, is mock interview, one-to-one studying, and job market preparing. And finally, end of the course, everybody will be ready, hit to IT career as soon as finished the 6 months bootcamp. And during this course, we are provided a bunch of the technical soft skills. Is maybe during the course, maybe after the course, everybody will able to get a certificate. We are provided supporting, providing, and teaching some certificate preparations process, and such as it's not mandatory. First of all, everybody. But if we get to those certificate, is nice to have, it can be positive impact your getting offer process. First is Java, is Oracle certificate, and ISTBQ is Software Testing Qualification Board certificate, and Scrum Master certificate, and Amazon Web Server practitioner certificate. So we are giving, how can we supporting? Is we are teaching all these topics. We are provided our question, and we are studying with your mentor and instructor. We are provided some example of the question, and you are able to get a certificate end of the 6 months, or you're interested maybe after the 6 months, and just be it's have to nice if you get the certificate. But we are provided those of certification process. Yeah, go on. But if you are decided to involve the QA, don't forget, students' life never be end. Always, every step, you will learn new tools, you will improve your skill every time. And also, as a West Quarter, we are provided after the course and different technologies. As I mentioned before, I learned the Selenium, but my first job I used the Sabris, and now I'm using Playwright, totally different framework testing tools, and we are providing totally free every students, graduated students, is Creative Framework and JavaScript and automation, Sabris automation tool, Gmeter, performance and loading and testing, and AWS Amazon Web Server classes, totally free. We are provided every students who have completed 6-month bootcamp. It's amazing. It's be very powerful when you are preparing to interview, when you're landing the job. Those is very helpful for you're showing your power in your company, And then, yeah, another advantage, let me mention about that. It's very, very important because experience is everything, okay? Is when during the 6 months, we have a 2 preparing section. The first one is the 1 spring, is 2 weeks practice section. And second one, 1 month internship program. So we in the West Quarter is provided all the students bunch of different ready application, such as hospital model, vehicle rental, CRM models, and ticket selling, library, and more than 10 different real IT project. All students, they get the chance to implement our technical skill, and they will get the chance to work with the other people. And the second internship program is 1 month. It will be a real IT company. It's not to be West Quarter project. It's a real IT company. They will work on the company with the other developers. It's totally, we are provided every students. So when they hit the market, they will have already real job experience. It's awesome. It's very, very good opportunity for every students. Yep, another advantage. I'm talking very much. If I be wrong something or you want to add something, guys, please stop me and interrupt me.
I think there was a question related to what you just explained about how if you look at the question and answer, we can read from there, like how is our connection to QA testing companies and job opportunities for us? We just answered it kind of like with our real company internship opportunities.
Yeah, the question was, what is the size of the circle and what is our industry network in the United States in terms of QA testing companies and job opportunities? I believe that this section that you have just passed through clarified his question. But if not, please let us know, Ümit, so we can revisit the question and provide the further clarification.
And yeah, and let me add one more thing. It's Wise quarter, not just our first batch, not be starting this February course. In the West quarter, it's be totally, we are almost 80 people working in this company, and more than 100 students still they are studying in the West quarter. And of course, is the US and Canada is a huge market, and they don't need the actually West quarter networking. We believe our knowledge and experience to transfer all the students. When they hit the market, they will realize what they will learn in the interview process. Yeah, it's a really good question. Thank you for this question. And let me finish my presentation, and then we will review again all those questions. Yeah, another our students the Wise quarter benefits. It's the offering process. We have to preparing to job placement. It's very, very effective. It's first a resume preparation and soft skill preparation, and is very important one-to-one mentoring. Is all the mentor will be work in the one by one all the students. Is not be bunch of students be assigned to one mentoring. It's mentoring mentors. All mentors will work with each person. And mock interview, we have a bunch of this mock interview process. We are using the Flipgrid to record your voice, your videos, and we are feedback, we are review, we are answering, we are helping to improve your interview skills. And also market knowledge, as you know, if we are in the market, we should know what's the market's demand, what's the market is high demand time. We are always be tracking the market process. We are helping, we are giving the update about IT marketing and reference. As I mentioned before, all the students will be internship in the real IT project. Of course, we are provide the reference if there need to reference in the project on the resume. Wise quarter always behind of them. We are provide any reference. We provide any interview struggles. And then another slide, maybe is most everybody interesting to what's the price and discounts and how they're. We have a lot of different discounts. First, I should be read every one by one. Is $400 $400 is early registration. Now registration is started already. You have $400 in your pocket. Be hurry up. And $400 full payment discount if you are pay all this up to pay is $400 discounts. And if you reference each other, if we have, for example, our previous batch is guy reference to you, they can get $500 discount. And is family discount be if you are in the same family, same core family, and not be for relation family, it's core family or wife, spouse, husband, spouse, or and husband, child, I don't know, is 50% for each students. And then finally is who have already taken the IT course. It's very good because, for example, my friend who have already graduated, completed Salesforce or the cybersecurity, but they couldn't get the offer, and if they decided to be change the career into the, to the QA, we are open the door is to 50% is off if you are changing the career to the QA. Yep, and before the ending the presentation, and our next batch is February 18, is starting first day on Saturday. And we are ready, we open the last quarter. If they are starting to change the career, if who want interesting to make a new career in the IT industry, free welcome. We are ready in this last quarter, and QA bootcamp team. Voila, we are 4 person. We are here, of course. And then now, if you have a question in the chat or in the Zoom, and Mr. Harry, can you assist me about this question, if you can read that? And what was the question?
Sure. So we have one more question that has been posted in Q&A. It's an anonymous attendee who is asking, when do we know it's not for us? So that's a pretty relative question, right? It all depends on what you're looking for, what you're expecting, right? And what's your expectations? So if you're looking for a good, consistent, wonderful career, right, in your near future, hopefully, then you will have to bear with it and be patient with it and go for it, right? So when do you know it's not for you? If you really know, or you feel like confident that you've tried everything possibly, like everything you possibly can, or if you believe that you've done everything you could have done, right? And be honest with yourself when you answer that question. If you've done everything that you could do and it still doesn't work, maybe it's not for you, but please just try to make sure that you've tried everything you can possibly, so that then you could just revisit your decision as to if that's something that you really wanted, or if that's something that that doesn't really excite you to go for it, but again, this is very, very relative question. It just depends on any person,
Yeah, exactly. So my only regret about changing my career to this is like not changing 3 years ago when my friends started like I already like signed up for one of the boot camps like 3 years before I started my boot camp, 3 years before that one, with my friend, and they stayed. After first month, I didn't even start, so I just like, I do like my job. It was kind of a comfort zone for myself, although it's not paying well. So it was a comfort zone. I was like I was good with that. And 3 years later, when the inflation hit and everything, everything's like kids growing up and like expenses are increasing. And then like I said, okay, time for me to move on, I guess. Yeah.
Cool.
Let me add something, Kürşat, lastly. After Irfan, you finish. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm done. I just summarize all the process, all the bottom line, the speech, and I'm totally fine. Please go ahead, please, Mr. Ömer.
Yeah, just if you like, one of the way to answer the question, Seher put it very, very eloquently. But just to piggyback what she's saying, if you want to be in the IT industry, that was the advice I was given. This is a very, very smooth transition, an easy transition to IT industry. So if you want to be a developer, you can be a developer. It's way harder. Like, you're being warned now. You can do DevOps, it's possible, but it's not as easy as QA. I mean, but once you join the IT community as a QA, then you can look for different opportunities. It's always open for you, and that's one thing. If you made up your mind that you want to be in the IT industry, then this job is for you. The second thing that I just want to say, wish carefully, because when I say carefully, like if you want to move from New York to Toronto, for example, so it's very obviously the path that you have to follow. If you go south, you will never arrive to Toronto. So there is one direction, and your mentors, your teachers will guide you in that path. I don't need to explain the details, but there is one direction. You cannot give up on this direction. As long as you walk the walk, okay, you will have a chance to talk the talk. But first of all, you're gonna have to walk the walk, and then it will come naturally. So don't change your direction. Keep going, and make sure that you want an IT career. Yeah, this is for you.
Thank you so much. It's awesome explanation, example as well. Thank you so much, Ömer. Yeah, it's okay. This time is almost done. Thank you so much, and we joined our intro section, and February 18, and we are gonna start new journey for everyone who is interested in new career. And as Ömer mentioned, that if you are be involved IT role, is the easy and quick way is QA. We are ready for everyone. 18 February. Very welcome. Any kind of the question, please reach out to us by emailing and phone number and our website and WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, and we can reach out any different kind of the platform. And thank you so much again, and all our QA team. You are awesome. I am very excited to working with you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good night, good morning, afternoon. See you next section.
All right.
Thank you.
See you guys later.
Take care.